It's my birthday eve. So I use this time for kind of like, what did the year bring? What did the year bring me? Um, and in terms of gifts, it was like an avalanche. But I think what came up for me this morning so primarily was the idea that I am closer, much closer to the idea that peace doesn't equal laziness. I thought that for a long time. I thought that feeling easy and letting things come to you and being in the soft flow of a river rather than like a torrent racing forward meant that you weren't trying hard enough. And the balance between those two, you of course you need a balance between those two things, but the other side where it was striving, pushing, falling short, versions of perfectionism, those just don't kind of hold any water for me anymore, because time and time again what happens for me, and I think this happens to a lot of people, right? So you work through these stories. Your mind knows that they are false stories. Your mind absolutely knows that these are completely stories, either, whatever, however they've come to you. And you've done the work to process them, identify them, really know them. But it doesn't stop them from coming up. But for me, what happens is also by noticing them, sinking into them and saying, do I really feel this, or is just this just the echo of what I'm familiar with? That's a big one. Is it like, do I really feel this way? Or is this just a familiar way to feel? And a lot of times it's just an automatic response. And in two breaths, I'm out of it because I'm not really there. That's like the echo of, I call it nostalgia for toxicity, because the hit feels so good because it's so familiar. Um, and what I wanted to suggest though is that um, when you start living your life without those, not letting the self-limiting beliefs be your guidance system, when you're viewing them, you see them come up, you feel them, but then you put them back down and you go to, ooh, this is scary because I don't know what it's going to happen, but let's see what's going to happen. The facts of your life keep proving the stories as lies. If you really are truthful with yourself, you can, of course you can always make a self-fulfilling prophecy come true. I think I spent a lot of my life saying, see, but we create that. So if you want to step out of that, you have to make the change first. Your body will follow, and then your mind will finally get the new habit, the new neural pathway, the new system of thinking. So for me to switch from, if you're not frantically busy, you are wasting time, and therefore, of course, you're a waste, right? You're lazy. You're not working towards your potential or whatever. To go to a place where these expanses of peace I can hold for a while without feeling uncomfortable in them, without feeling like I'm supposed to spring out of them into action. I'm able to kind of just rest in them. And that's not to say that I neglect my daily reps. In fact, I would say that it gives me almost a more focused way to attack those, because instead of coming in like, I got to do this, I got to get that done, I got to check this off, I'm letting it kind of come as it comes. And because I've made the complete promise and dedication to me, to be accountable to me, not to anybody else, just to me, showing up for myself shows me that those stories of lazy, those stories of not working to my potential are lies. Because I am. Look what I'm doing. The proof is in the life. The proof is in your actions. The proof is in the changes. So that probably is my biggest takeaway. Um, and enjoyment and sinking into it and living it. Not just saying, I want to be more peaceful. I don't want to be so volatile. I don't want to worry about doing so much. I want to just be, right? So that's all talking points. And they're valid talking points. They're a great place to start. But you have to be able to physically sink into that place. where you just don't have to run around. And for me, it's literally run around. I can sit in one place and stay there for far longer in a more comfortable way than I ever have before, without making apology, taking up space, breathing slow, and taking my time. And that is new ground. That I'm like newly hatched at that. And that is what I want to offer you today. And I will see you tomorrow.